Welcome back to part 2 of Getting to Know Us. Chris and I met at the same real estate company. We worked together. I joined a company in 2016 and Chris, I think, joined a year and a half after myself. We actually sat next to each other and we were there together for, well, I was there 7 years, so yeah. You were there just a little less.
So a little less, yeah. So I joined this company a year after Katie, and as much as I don't want Katie to know this, but she was a little bit of a mentor when I first started. So I'd just gone into real estate for the first time, and obviously Katie had been there a year, so she knew a lot of the stuff about the industry. And then after that, we were approached by a company who were predominantly a developer. They built and developed properties in Spain and also elsewhere around the world. And they'd just set up a real estate company, and they needed a couple to basically take it to the next level, which we were there for approximately 2 years. And we just felt that after that period, there was a lot of ideas we'd like to...
Yeah, we thought we'd give it a go ourselves. We thought it was something that I never wanted to do, I'll be honest, never wanted to be the boss. But the stars aligned, I feel.
Yeah. That's right. We're both very different individuals. So I'm very much the entrepreneurial, lots of ideas, etc.
He's the ambitious one.
Whereas Katie is certainly the most organised person I've ever met. So the two together, are really a good combination. So I'm like the one firing ideas. Katie's like, can't do that one, maybe not that one. That one's a bit too crazy.
Yeah.
But it's a really good partnership.
Yeah, it's a good mix.
So Katie and I are both from hospitality backgrounds, so we really care about service. So we feel that we give clients the full package. So it's not just about finding them a property and then saying goodbye. It's about, showing them the different areas, where all the local amenities are.
Yeah, it's not just real estate. It's we're a tour guide as well, and anyone who knows me in the way that I work is that I show a lot of properties, but I think it's about the client knowing the market, isn't it, and understanding why things cost what they do in the areas that they do. I'm always blown away by how many clients have never even been to the Costa del Sol before, and they're coming out here to look at properties. So they need to know everything. Yeah,
exactly that, because sometimes you can just get away, just show properties and then that's it. Whereas, we feel that our work starts the moment they find a property, because it's all the extras after that, because we know how daunting it is. We've both bought properties here and it's very stressful, even when you
mortgages,
know. Absolutely.
Both been through the whole thing from start. Both used other agents to get our properties as well.
So it's just a case, showing the client as much as we can and also giving them all the advice and necessary tools to make the whole experience as stress-free as possible.
The most rewarding part of clients buying property here, or helping clients buying property here, I think, as cheesy as it sounds, is I kind of feel like we're selling dreams. I know that everyone wants their place in the sun, and we're helping that. So I have had times where clients have walked into a property and cried because that's the property that they've dreamt about for however many years. And I find that really rewarding. You can't go wrong, really.
Absolutely. A lot of these clients, it's a big part of their lives, and many of clients, they've saved up their whole lives to do this, and to be part of that next chapter in life is really rewarding,
And they keep in touch, don't they?
They really do. They really do. I've got clients. One thing that was taught to me was, don't befriend the client afterwards, but I can't do that. I've got clients that are really good friends of mine, and I've kept in touch for years, and that's really rewarding in itself.
Yeah.
Some of the clients you meet, it's just really nice.
Some advice that I would give to someone moving to Spain or buying property here is understanding the process of how real estate works here, because it is very different, certainly to the UK and probably to most of the other countries in Europe. We run a multi-listing service here. So essentially that person only needs one agent, and one agent can show them the entire coast.
Yeah, absolutely, because we can show, based on the multi-listing service, an array of properties tailored to the client's requirements. So, for example, we can show bank repossessions, we can show resales. If the client wants something brand spanking new and never been lived in, we can show every single new development on the entire coast. So it really is super important just to only use one agency, because when you use multiple agencies, they're all going to be showing you the same properties anyway.
You'll have to repeat yourself a million times over. It's a really important thing if it's not done in that country for them to understand. And then the other thing is a good lawyer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting a good lawyer, which obviously we always help with. But
yeah, because there's hundreds of lawyers on this coast, but there's very few good ones, and we've had the experience of working with some very, very good lawyers, which we always like to refer to, simply because they're very attentive on email, always there to communicate back to you and let you know exactly what's going on through the whole process. So it's a really important part that you use a really
different
reputable
language
lawyer.
speaking ones as well, to suit wherever that client's coming from. The most obvious thing I love most about living on the Costa del Sol is the weather. 300 days of sun a year. I actually never check the weather forecast.
No.
Ever.
So absolutely, because when you're back in England, you want to do a barbecue a week on Saturday. You're struggling, aren't you, with the weather? It's always very hit and miss. It's always grey. It's always cloudy. Whereas in Spain, you know, you're pretty much guaranteed that it's going to be beautiful weather. You can organise, you know, really nice, you know, barbecue with your friends and family, and it's really enjoyable.
Yeah, exactly. It's a given, really, which is great.
Yeah, and also where I'm from in the UK, it's in the centre of the UK, Wolverhampton. There's absolutely nothing going on other than the Molineux on a Saturday. So whereas here, you can pretty much go anywhere. You've got the beach, you've got, like, you can go inland, you can go on hikes in the mountains.
Yeah, that's right. Mainland Spain, you can go up to, you know, the train from Malaga, you can go up to Seville, Madrid.
Absolutely.
I've mentioned already skiing in the winter, so lots to do.
Yeah. Where can you go in the world where, you know, you're sat on a beach in the morning and then 2 hours later you can be in the ski slopes of Sierra Nevada? So it's an unbelievable place to live.
Yeah, very lucky.
So now you know a little bit about Katie and myself. I really appreciate you watching. If you are looking to buy a property here on the Costa del Sol, all of our details are in the description below.